Train, bus, and railway tracks. Here are three words: train, bus, and railway tracks. Which two would you group together? Whatever your choice. To explain why, we need to travel back 4.6 billion years. 4.6 billion years ago, somewhere in the vast universe, a massive cloud of gas and dust formed. Due to gravity, these particles started clustering together, naturally shaping into a giant sphere. This growing sphere pulled in more and more material, increasing its gravitational force. Over billions of years, the pressure and temperature at its core reached extreme levels, igniting a tremendous explosion, what we now call the Sun. Not too far from this colossal star, a much smaller, delicate blue planet was born, 1.3 million times smaller than the Sun. This young Earth had a rotational axis tilted at 23.5 degrees and initially took only 6 hours to complete one rotation. But over time, Earth's spin slowed down, and 4.5 billion years later, it now takes 24 hours to complete one rotation and 365 days to orbit the Sun. How does this relate to trains, buses, and railway tracks? This axial tilt in Earth's rotation directly influenced the way humans developed agriculture, shaping cultures, and even how people categorize objects. Globally, two main staple crops dominate agriculture: rice and wheat. The key factor determining which crop is grown is annual rainfall. If the annual precipitation exceeds 1,000 millimeters, rice is cultivated. If it falls below that, wheat takes over. This distinction divides the world into two primary agricultural regions: rice-growing regions like East and Southeast Asia, and wheat-growing regions like Europe and North America. How rice farming shaped Eastern societies. Growing rice requires extensive labor and cooperation. Farmers must construct reservoirs, channel water from neighbors' fields, and share water resources. Because rice needs to be planted and harvested at precise times, neighbors must work together, synchronizing their farming schedules. This necessity for collaboration made relationships within the community crucial. A bad reputation could mean being denied access to water, ultimately impacting survival. In these societies, social harmony and relationships hold high importance. How wheat farming shaped Western societies. Wheat farming, on the other hand, is a more independent endeavor. A farmer can simply walk across the field, scatter seeds, and harvest alone. There's no need to share water or coordinate with neighbors. The distinction between my land and your land is clear. Over time, this fostered a more individualistic mindset in wheat farming cultures. The cultural impact on categorization studies show that people from rice farming cultures tend to group objects based on relationships, while those from wheat farming cultures categorize them based on individual characteristics. If you ask Westerners to group train, bus, and railway tracks, they will likely group trains and buses together because both are modes of transportation. However, in Eastern cultures, people are more likely to pair trains with railway tracks, as they see the functional connection between them. Even within China, northern wheat farming regions tend to pair trains with buses, whereas southern rice farming regions group trains with railway tracks. The universe shaped us, and we shaped the universe in the end. The reason my parents and siblings group train and railway tracks together is deeply rooted in Earth's 23.5-degree tilt, which influenced monsoons, agriculture, and ultimately human behavior. The dawn of agriculture led to surplus food, which in turn gave birth to numbers. Early humans counted using their fingers: 1 sack of grain, 2 sacks, 10 sacks. From simple counting to decimal systems, we now use numbers to send spacecraft beyond our solar system and to understand quantum waves. The reason we use base 10 mathematics is ultimately because we have 10 fingers. We are cosmic beings. Earth's axial tilt shaped us, and our 10 fingers shaped the way we measure the universe. Just as we observe others to define them, others observe us to define who we are. To understand ourselves, we need others, just as defining tall or short requires a comparison. Even explaining why we group train and railway tracks together required a reference point. If defining ourselves requires comparison, then the other is, in a way, also us. We are cosmic beings. The tilt of Earth's axis made us who we are, and our fingers shaped the way we explore the universe. Just as we look at others, others look at us. And together, we define each other. That's how we become us. Science always offers fresh perspectives on who we are and what this world is. In this video, we explored how everyday concepts hold deep scientific meaning through simple experiments and examples. We'll continue bringing you fascinating science content. So if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe.